All right. Cool. Good? Is it rolling? Nice. All right. On that first point that I made, right? Like community heals. When I was going through that, I texted my CrossFit gym box owner and I was just like, hey, I'm going to stop my membership. I'm hurt, literally can't walk. SI joint, sciatica nerve pain, crippling pain, can't do it. And he's just like, you know what? Just come out and hang out. He's like, he didn't charge me anything. And he literally just wanted me in the community to hang out, maybe ride a bike, try to do some mobility to help me out. And that is what Jaime has brought us together. All right? If you're struggling, don't be afraid to reach out to those people that you build those relationships today. To Jaime, he has a full plate. He's going to stop everything he can do to help you out. I know I've felt it, and I know a lot of you have felt it. So just know that community heals. A lot of the things that I'm going to go over today is an accumulation of lessons from mentors and people that I've come across in my life. So you're going to hear lessons that you might be like, oh, I heard that from such and such, or I heard it from such and such. I'm going to give it my spin on it because I've taken that information in, I've let it stew in my brain, and now I'm bringing it out to you through my experiences. My ask to you is that you do the same. All the experiences you get from all the leaders and the people, the good and the bad, take it in, process it, and then use it in your life. Because nothing we talk about is useful unless we're actually using it, right? That goes to my first point. When we leave this place, we have to act. Action creates transformation, not only in your life, but in everybody else's life. So if you get anything out of this, when you leave here and you go back to your community, you must act, because that is how we are going to transform where we come from. All right, now the next thing. I'm going to acknowledge the dragon in the room, right? I'm a little nervous. The red dot of doom is on me. We are recording. I know a lot of you feel that with social media. Do it anyways. And I know it's a lot easier for me to say, I'm going to screw up today. That's part of it. But how do I get better? I look into the camera, I see that red dot, and I do it anyways. Suck, success. Right now is the best time to screw up. Because a lot of us are like, I only have 200 followers, 1,000 followers, 1,700. This is the time to screw up because nobody's going to see you. You're only going to get better. You are quite literally the best version of yourself you've ever been. You have the most lessons that have been put into you. You have the most screw-ups that you have ever done in your life, and you can only get better as long as you are willing to learn from those lessons. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. But trust me, hit play, hit record your message, and guess you're going to find a crowd because somebody's going to like it. Maybe not. My first videos literally have no views. That's okay. That was 5 years ago. Doesn't matter. Good luck finding it because it's on there, but it's 5,000 posts ago. So if you want to scroll back to my first videos, you can. I left it up there for a reason. Because I was willing to suck, and eventually I got a little success. You can do the same, but you have to be willing to take that action. All right, cool. Next thing is pink shoes. I used to get a lot of questions like, Sully, why do you choose pink shoes? Well, the answer is it makes me uncomfortable. The first time I put them on was at a CrossFit competition in Arizona. Big burly guy, right, wearing pink shoes. And they're like, what is up with that? They are the only shoes that made me uncomfortable. The beautiful thing about that is that the more I got the question and the more I answered the question and talked about them and wore them, they didn't make me uncomfortable anymore. They're shoes. You get used to it. And then I found the most beautiful part about it is when somebody asked me about my pink shoes or about the crazy marathons that I'm running or the volley race that we're going to run. It allowed for conversation. Now I made a new friend. And you know what Sal says is you make a friend, you make a sale. So it kind of leads in the right direction for everything that we want to do. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's move on to the next stuff. I love my visual aids. All right. So, Jaime wants to talk to me about, or wants me to talk about the story. The story is going to come out in the things that I'm about to talk about. I'm going to tell stories about success, failures, everything like that, and then maybe a little Q&A at the end. We're going to buzz through this. It's going to be awesome. Aaron mentioned that 1% of the United States is like in the fitness industry, right? That's the number that he put out there. I'd find it to be true. So it's not saturated. No matter how much we see online, you got to remember we're in a bubble. We are in the 1P bubble. We see each other winning. We might get a little jealous of each other winning, especially when people start stacking up big numbers. That boy, fucking love to see it. Love it. Or when somebody has a big event and your event had 2 people. Or just you and another person, which I guess equals 2. It's okay. It's all right. Suck. Success. It's part of it, right? You're going to get better. Here's the thing. Dulce, how many people are like, do you help? Cool. How many of those 100 do I know? Caden, how many people do you help?
Right now, like 15 online.
How many do you think I know?
None.
I know 1.
No, you know one.
I do know 1. Where's Mason? How many people do you help?
I don't have any clients, but I help a lot of my friends.
Beautiful. Do I know them? Cool. Amy, where are you? She in here? Yeah. How many people do you help? Do I know them? Everybody thinks that it's a pie and there's only a certain amount of slivers. Guess what? I don't know any of those people that they help. The pie is actually infinite. Because when Dulce is helping somebody, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my money. I can go make as much as I want to make. I can sell as many supplements as I want to sell. And it won't affect her business. It won't affect any of your businesses because we are in our own little bubble that we create and that we influence. So you got to remember that the pie is infinite. It's not, I'm just going to go take a little sliver because I don't want to take anything from anybody else. You're not. There's 8 billion people in this world. And if somebody wants to buy from you, it is because you impacted their life so much that they want to give their hard-earned money to you. And that's a damn good thing. And if somebody else isn't serving them and they decide to come to you, that's because you served them better. That is because you actually made a difference in their life. The pie is infinite. Making money is not a bad thing. When you make more money, you can help more people. Remember that. All right. Next, we're going to go into how we make a little bit of money. And this comes down to how are we properly setting up our lives? I personally always start with core values. Because for the longest time, I didn't have any. Just didn't take the time to write them down. Sure, I had lessons from my mom and my dad. They did their best raising me. I thought they did a really good job. Please, thank you, you're welcome, all that good stuff. Shout out Mama Robin. When I got to the Air Force, it was the first time I heard the term core values. Service before self, excellence in all we do. Like that just hit, right? I just love it. So then I get to first form, and it's just like, there might be something about these core values. So I took the time to write mine down. Now, my challenge to you is take the time to write your own personal core values down. It's one thing to live by the company's. Great starting point. If you live by these, that's fantastic. But you need to make it your own. So within the next week, I hope you all take on that challenge. Create your core values. My Uncle Larry, God rest his soul, he had diabetes, type 2. And if anybody knows anything about diabetes, type 2 diabetes, sometimes you lose feeling in your feet. Sometimes you start to go blind, right? And this man had everything, all the issues. And he was talking to my mom one time, I just happened to be there, and we didn't want him to drive, but he was driving. He couldn't see. But he was just like, no, Robbie, it's okay. It's my mom's nickname. And he's just like, all I got to do is keep it between the mustard and the mayonnaise. It's like, are you kidding me? However, that serves me now because that's what my core values do. As I'm driving down the road, all I have to do is keep it between the mustard and the mayonnaise, and I'm going to get to where I got to go. Those core values that I've created in my life are now the guide rails to everything I do. Something comes into my life, does it fit? Nope, we're not doing it. No is a complete sentence. Don't have to explain it. All right? That is why core values are important. If anybody does want to do this exercise within the next week, I have a few resources, but you can also just Google core values list and start taking a look. What resonates with you? All right? Cool. We got our core values created. We're staying within the mustard and the mayonnaise. Now we got to figure out what we want to do. All right? How many of you have actually written your goals down? Show of hands. All right. Good number. Good number. That's good. I like it. The pen to paper motivates the human being like nothing I've ever seen before. Actually writing it down and figuring out, do I really want to do this? That is a question you have to answer. Aaron touched on this a little bit, but I want to go a little bit deeper on it. When you look at this goal on the piece of paper, you have to look at it and be like, am I willing to do what it takes to achieve this goal? Because if you're not, give up. I am giving you permission right here, right now, to give up. Because if you don't, it is going to piss you off. It is going to make you jealous. It is going to make you an absolute horrible human being because you know you aren't willing to do what it takes. But there's a beautiful thing. If you are willing to do what it takes, no matter what happens in your life, you are going to achieve every single one of those goals, dreams, and aspirations because you are willing to do whatever it takes. You see, it all comes down to that. You have to get clear on what you want, truly what you want, and then cut out every single thing that doesn't go towards that goal. How do we do that? Well, it's pretty simple to me. Not always easy because it takes a little work, but it's simple. Ask yourself these questions. Who am I? Who do I want to be? And how do I fill in the gaps? When you get the answer to those questions, you realize that that last question, how do I fill in the gaps, gives you the blueprint. Because now you know every single skill you have to go after, every single sharp edge that you have to round out, every single thing that you have to seek in order to become that person that you've always wanted to be. And then you make a list and you start checking it off. Now, some of you are like, I'm the person I want to be. Love it. Freaking A. Congratulations, you did work on yourself. You're ahead of 99% of the world. And because you're in this room, not surprising. The next part of that is, where am I? Where do I want to be? And how do I fill in the gaps? And then you do the same thing. Those gaps show you what you have to go after. What book do I have to read? What plane ticket do I have to book? What training program do I have to get on? What mentor do I have to seek out? What question do I have to ask Jaime? I got a few more. You're a good dude. Yeah. I like bouncing ideas off you. When you answer those questions, truly, you take the time. Now you have your core values. You have the answers to the questions that I gave you. You have what you have to do. Now all it takes is an act. Once again, because action creates transformation. When I was in the Air Force, I'm telling you, coming back from Afghanistan was like the craziest thing ever. I went from a life of servitude to coming back in the office, back in the desk. Yes, I worked a desk job, all right? It was nice. When it was cold out, I was warm. When it's warm out, I was cool. Have fun out there. All that good stuff. But I remember one time I called my dad. And I was crying, bawling my eyes out. I was on lunch. Like, I can't do this. And he said, well, buddy. He said, sometimes we ought to do what we don't want to do because we gave our word that we were going to do it. All right? So I want you here today to make a promise to yourself. Once you seek clarity on what you do, you establish your core values, you answer those questions, you do what you say you were going to do because you said it. And Sal talks about this all the time. When you continuously do that stuff, you build confidence within yourself because now you are showing up for yourself. Now you're on a winning streak. And that one day of missing something isn't going to throw you off because you know that's not who you are. You're the person that follows through. You're the person that does what he or she says they're going to do. And guess what? We have some freaking goals that we want to achieve because I wrote these things down and I made sure that this is what I wanted and nothing can stop me. To get there, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a long, winding road. It's going to be being overlooked for a promotion. It's going to be, I got fired. It's going to be, I quit. It's going to be, I'm going to be a dad. I've avoided that one. Don't worry, it's okay. For now. There's going to be wrenches thrown in the plan. You just have to remember that if you truly want something, all it is, like working out, is reps and sets over a long period of time. It's not going to happen in a month. Sometimes it does. Be thankful for that because wins don't happen like that all the time. Just like building your body, reps and sets over an extended period of time is how you get things done. And you get those reps and sets from the gap list that you created. You're checking them off. Okay. I remember in 2017, it was the first time I ever saw Andy speak. I was at a conference. And this guy named Brad Lee comes up on stage. Really cool guy. Chill as hell. No filter. It's awesome. He actually, if anybody's ever been on Lightspeed, Brad Lee is the one that founded Lightspeed training. So if you ever do any of your, all of our videos, that's all still Lightspeed if I remember correctly. Not on the app? Okay, old system was Lightspeed. So if you're OG, you know it. If not, cool. So Brad Lee founded Lightspeed. And he came up with the 90-day thing. I've added to it. I came to first form, I learned 30, 60, 90. Can't take credit for any of this. I'm just the messenger, all right? Andy talks about 1,000 days. Long period of time, y'all. That's what it takes. So, 30, 60, 90. This is kind of a goal-setting thing to get you to where you want to go. Started out as 90 days. You build in checkpoints on day 60, day 30. All you got to do is work backwards. We're using the list that we have created, which is different for each and every one of us, to get to where we want to go. You have to sit down and truly map out where you want to be in 30 days, in 60 days, in 90 days. And then once you have that, I need you to get to work. Head down, eyes up. We're going this direction. When you hit that checkpoint, all you got to do is review it. What went right? What went wrong? How do I adjust? Create a new plan, and then get back to work. Day 60 comes around. Same thing. Don't skip this step. Very important. What went right? What went wrong? On the review, and then adjust. Hey, if the pilot is flying the airplane and they're off by 1 degree, over a long period of time, they're going to be at a completely different spot than what they wanted. Adjustment is key. I'm not saying change the goal. I'm saying adjust your actions. All right? Then we get back to work. This is a theme. Work is required. We get to day 90. Same thing. And then it's on an endless loop. 30, 60, 90. It's a program, a system that you can use the rest of your life. And you will achieve every single one of those goals, dreams, and aspirations if you utilize it. Because you're constantly adjusting and you're constantly going after what you wanted. Eventually, you're going to get what you've always wanted, and you're going to realize it's not everything. It's okay. That means you've grown. That means you become a better human. Man, I remember when I got my athlete sponsorship, I thought my life was going to change. Didn't. I actually let it poison me. I put a chip on my shoulder. Thought I earned something. Deserved it. I did earn it. But I thought I deserved it. And I thought I deserved to be treated differently. And I thought I deserved to go to event after event. Nope. I got comfortable. I didn't reset. I didn't communicate what I wanted to do and the vision that I wanted to have because I didn't take the time to get clear on where I wanted to go. I'm telling you guys this right now because I want you to avoid it. Using these systems that I've kind of given you, you will avoid it. But we're all human, and we're going to run into a brick wall. It's okay. Those brick walls allow you to take time, set back, and adjust if needed. Right? Take a look at your core values again. Are you living true to them? I achieved so much. It's real easy to get a little big for your britches. Stop, tactical pause, go through everything again, reset, and get back to work. A lot of people tell me, they're just like, Sully, I want to be happy. Right? You want to be happy? Hope so. Happiness is a wonderful thing. Jaime, what makes you happy?
My faith, knowing that I'm walking in God's path for my life makes me happy, gives me peace. My wife brings a lot of happiness. Like as soon as she came in yesterday, I got so happy. You guys, I've shared that with you. Stephanie, I got emotional in the gym because you guys don't realize how much joy you guys bring to my life, man. Those calls, those one-on-ones, it's where I find fulfillment in my job specifically. That's the best part about my job. You know, it's a lot of things I don't like about my job. I will tell you right now, you guys are the best part of it. That's for sure.
Welcome to the world. Is it easy?
Not at all.
Good.
It's worth it though.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Happiness and easy don't go together. To be happy, it's going to be hard as hell. If you want it easy, I'll put you in a chair. I'll bring you 3 meals a day. It'll be easy. Are you going to be happy? I know I wouldn't be. People think happiness is easy. We got this talk in the middle of building 2. Wasn't even built out yet. Andy was talking about how people want to be happy. And they don't realize happiness comes from the work. Happiness comes from the people. Happiness comes from achieving your goals. Happiness comes from fulfillment. You can't do that without clarity. Seek clarity, the path will illuminate itself. All right. So we've gone through how to set goals. We've gone through how to get your core values. Once again, I have a couple of resources. If you want those resources, I'll send them to you. Just hit me up. We've gone through what is required. Work. Being able to reset, review, adjust. And we've gone through what true happiness is. It is fulfillment. It is the work. It is everything that the world is telling you is not. You can be different. You are the 1%. You're sitting in this room. Nobody paid you to be here. You're the 1%. You actually care about people. When people care about people, the world changes. And you guys right here, right now, all of us, are the world changers. I hope you believe that. Because I believe everybody I'm looking at in this room is a world changer, a world shaker for their own community. Jaime mentioned it, stole my thunder a little bit. It's okay. It's all right. When I was working, I was in a dark place towards my athletes and like sponsorship, and I had to figure out like where to put this energy. And it was a why me or a try me. You can always find a reason to say why me. The world makes it easy these days. Social media, TV, like, why did that person get the promotion over me? Or, why did that person buy from that person instead? Or, why is the sun shining today? It's crazy what people complain about these days. It's wild. Don't worry, I've been there. I've been in the why me trap. It's okay. I just figured out that the best way to get out of it is to put down the fucking shovel. Stop saying, why me? Why is this happening to me? And start looking at things like, try me. Bring it on. I'm the one that wants to challenge because I can handle it. God hasn't left me yet. When I went through my first communion, my Bible verse was footprints. I might not be walking. Jesus and God are carrying me. There might be only one set of footprints, but they're not mine. And as long as I wake up, I know God's not done with me. Because I have a gift inside of me that He wants me to bring to the world. Each and every one of you have that gift. It's different for each and every one of us. And everybody in this room can touch people in a different way. Once again, it's endless. I could sell something to Kate. So could Jaime. Because he brings something to the table that I don't. It's endless, y'all. The last thing that I want to mention, and I don't know if anybody can see you, this is how I live my life. They all flow together, right? I got action creates transformation, reps and sets over a long period of time. We got an endless. Trust me, I suck a lot, so it takes me a long time sometimes to figure out how to get success. But the last one is this, and this is the one that I live my life by the most. It is choice plus action equals improvement. You have to make the choice. You have to take the action. You are not going to be successful right away, but you're going to be better. And if you do that enough days over and over and over again, got this from Sergeant Esparza, Air Force Basic Training, you are a better person than you were just 1 minute before, just 1 day before, just 1 month before. You can transform your life. Daily improvement equals success on a long enough timeline. In the instant gratification world we live in today, remember, it takes time. It's a choice, it's an action, it's an improvement. Improvement daily equals success on a long enough timeline. You can do it. I know you will do it. Thank you for your time today. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I believe in every last one of you, and I cannot wait to see what you do when you leave this place. Good?
You want to ask a question?
Sure, I can answer a few questions. Yes, ma'am. Kate, what's up?
Can you speak to, I have a lot of different thoughts on this, but I'm curious to hear yours. Can you speak to imposter syndrome and having it and like recognizing that it's okay, but like also just speak to that, like speak to imposter syndrome in general.
Absolutely. Not gonna lie, it's tough. I think everybody in this building knows that. It's like, no shit, Sherlock, right? When you walk into rooms that you don't think you should be in, might be because you're not ready for it. But that doesn't mean that you can't get ready for it. Normally, when you're an imposter, when you're dealing with imposter syndrome, it's because you don't trust yourself. Why don't you trust yourself? It is because in the past, you've created a loop to where like, I'm gonna do this, but I didn't do it. Or I'm gonna seek this person out, but I didn't follow up. Or like, I got my hand batted down because I tried to lead, but somebody wasn't receptive to what I brought to the table. Doesn't make you a bad leader. Maybe your communication was off. Maybe the way you delivered. Maybe just the way that you chewed, all right? People are weird. They didn't like the way you chewed, so now they don't listen to anything. It's okay to feel like an imposter. It's never okay to give up. It's never okay to say, I'm just gonna stay the same. I'm not gonna get better. When you're dealing with imposter syndrome, I challenge you to seek out somebody in that field that you know and trust that is a year or two ahead of you. It's better if you can find somebody that's 30 years ahead of you because they have a lot more knowledge for you. But remember, you can't skip to stair 7. You're gonna freaking fall on your face, fall backwards, this, that, or the other. But you could go 2 stairs up. Seek out the people that are effective. Listen and apply. Listen and apply. I hope that answered it a little bit. But that's my way to get through imposter syndrome, is to seek out the people further ahead of me. How did you handle this situation? How can I be better? And apply what they tell you. So,
kind of digs deeper into my question. Whenever people start to like congratulate you, give you praise in certain situations, from you doing your services or whatnot, how can you like rekindle, that kind of energy so it doesn't like consume you from, what you've learned?
Oh, man. First off, if you heard my story, been there. Falling on my face, lost my athlete sponsorship, right? Left the company. It's because of him I'm here today. He rekindled my passion for helping people. He brought me back. I'm a ride or die for this brand. I love Andy. I love the people I worked with. But I needed to reset. He brought me back, right? So when you're riding high, I think of Marcus Aurelius. I don't know if you ever heard the story. He had somebody, one of the last of the 5 great emperors of ancient Rome. And he had a slave follow him around saying, "You're just a man. You're just a man." No matter how much praise he had, there was that guy right behind him. "You're just a man. You're just a man." And guess what? He died, just like all of us. The only thing that is guaranteed to us is that we're going to die. Now, to bring that a little bit into the future, into like my life, Jaime's life, everybody around 1P's life. You want to know who keeps you humble? Andy. Every time you walk around every day, he has a better car than me. That's kind of humbling. He has cooler toys than me. He built this building. This is his. Who am I to get on my high horse when there's somebody out there like that? Who am I to think that like my shit don't stink when I know there's more people out there? There's a saying, there's always a billionaire with a bigger yacht. So if you want to congratulate, first off, let me pause. Celebrate your freaking wins. Celebrate your wins, then get back to work. The dream only works if you work, right? So it's okay to celebrate. It's okay to take a breath, but then you got to remember the person, you're at the top of that mountain. First off, there's higher mountains. There's more mountains to climb. But those people that you just beat, they're coming up that mountain looking to take your spot. So to do that, you have to go through the system again. Where do I want to be? How do I fill in the gaps? Because you just accomplished something. There's a new goal. You just got to think on it. And then those gaps, once again, show you what you must do. Then you can get back to work. But if you don't do that, you're going to get passed up. So when you're feeling high, double down. That's the time to work. Because everybody thinks that you're going to take your foot off the gas. Nah. Show them what it actually takes to win. 100-0. Run up the score. Any more? I know I gave you guys a lot. I do have a recording of it. So if you want me to repost it, we can figure out YouTube or like we'll put a Google Drive link. That way, if you want to listen to it again, you can. I really appreciate it. Hope y'all got some value from it.